Welcome back, everyone, to a time lapse. We're going to do something a little bit different here in the beginning of the episode. So, I'm going to kind of show all the work that I did up front to really bring this area to life. We've got a lot of things to talk through here. You can see I've got a ton of shulker boxes, which is why we needed to go to the end a couple episodes ago. You got the mangrove tree back there, which I'm hacking away at. But our focus right now with the time lapse is on this pavement. And I went back out the 12,000 or so blocks to the warm ocean biome. And I got a whole shulker box full of all of the variants of the coral. And I think with these together with andesite and a little bit of gravel, really makes a cool texture. And I know I said that the last episode as well, but I really like how it all came together because it's kind of beat up looking. So yeah. And then the next step here, as I kind of built that out, is bringing in this road. So there's a lot of terraforming. And instead of, mining and talking like I could have done, I decided I just wanted to do a really long time lapse and talk over it. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. Let me know if you prefer that or if you'd like to just see me at work. I think it's a kind of cool view, especially with the scale of what we did here. So this was terraforming over a couple hours. I put a TV show on in the background and sat here and just kind of plugged away at it. But this is why I wanted to keep all of the dirt and all of the stone that we had harvested, flattening out the area where the crane is, because I want to be able to fill it in here. And what's really cool is, as I'm talking over here, is watching the grass spread, which is kind of fun. But anyway, this is a good view of the road coming in, and I don't show it in the time lapse here, but we're gonna build that out, and it's gonna turn directly into the pavement. So the work that I'm doing right here in this clip is to build up that land, and I actually end up filling up the rest of this hole, which is right above the zombie spawner. So hopefully this will be a good AFK spot for zombie spawning, although I don't know really what I could get for drops besides experience there. And last little cheeky bit here, there's a nice creeper, and you can kind of guess what's about to happen. But as I was going through, you got to stay alert and pay attention, otherwise unfortunate things can happen. Luckily, my armor is top tier. As we wake up from a brief nap, we're going to start on our next project here. And you'll notice I have these two banners here, and I have a nice pillar over here. So we are going to start on our very first semi-truck. Now, I did look it up, and I found the person's name, and they are, shout out to Crafty Fox, who came up with this design. And it is I believe it's pronounced Scania truck, and we are going to build that here today. So I want to position it so that the bed of the truck is kind of right here, and this is being lowered onto it, like we're in action. Then I'm going to have a few others over here. And I did notice in my time lapse that I created that I actually missed a spot there, so I'll have to fill that in. Hopefully that doesn't bug you guys. So I need to do a few things, and I've got all of the materials I think I need. I just need to make sure that I build this correct. Okay, so if this is where the bed is, then I need the truck itself is the cab of the truck is 4 blocks long, and there is a 2-block space in between. So then I need this to be here, because that'd be 1, 2. No, 1, 2. So this needs to be here. And of course. So we're going to do that. And I like the idea of a nice white truck. It's European style. And not quite as big as the American trucks, but I think it'll be perfect for this. Now I need this to curve out. So if I do this, I think I have to, there we go, like this. Because this is going to be, oh, that's polished. I need the more textured variant. Alright, so this is going to be kind of like the wheel hub. And then I grab this little guy right here will be just like that. And then we want one in the front. And then this is going to be like this. Cool. So this is going to be kind of like what we're working with here. And then above this, we have just some solid ones of these. I really like this design. It gives some nice texture. So this would be like where you would like little mud flaps and where you would step into the truck. And then up here, we're going to have some glass. But I really like the detail this brings. So hold on, let's make sure. Did I even bring this? There we go. There we go. Glad I checked that here. We are off by 1 block. So let's reset real quick. That one might actually be able to stay. And then we'll do that, and then we'll do that. And then we can get rid of all of this, because I can't seem to build properly. And, oh, that needs to not be stone. That needs to be andesite. Tough might actually work. Anyway, getting distracted. 1, 2, 3, 4 across. And then we actually need these blackstone stairs. I like the texture that they give. And then we need to do this on, mirror this on this side. So here, here, here. And then we want this, and then we need it like that. And then that's not what I need to do. Like that. Now I need to add the buttons. Where did they go? Here we go. 1 right there. And a 1 right there. And then probably my favorite part of this is going to be this front part. So they had a different approach to the grill of the truck, but I kind of like what I'm about to do here. And these are actually stairs, not full blocks, so I need to change that. Let's do this. So this is here and here. Great. So now you can see the black behind. It kind of gives some depth, and I'm gonna have some more in here, but bear with me for a second. And I have no more stairs. Thought I grabbed all of them. If I did, yep, then I just need to make a few more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Grab those. Okay, so the front of this guy is gonna be like this. It needs to come out here. How do I do this? There we go. So the grill is gonna be like this, and I was messing around with what I could do. I tried iron bars, I tried a bunch of things, but I found that this banner pattern works quite nice to give like a nice shiny grill. Now it's a kind of like a cross between American trucks and European trucks, because European trucks don't have this big fancy grill, usually like the big semis of the US. But I still thought it was kind of cool. Gives it a little bit more texture. So yeah, got that there. And then we need to build up a little bit. So this now, we need to go like so. this will be the windshield. And then we go across here. And then I believe we just call it a day there. Great. And you'll see this kind of comes together quite nicely. Do I have Silk Touch, or did I? Yep, I just messed that one up. Oh well. There we go. And then we'll want a nice door handle, which goes here. And here. Sir, you should not exist here. I don't even know where my portal is. There's one like way over there. I walked quite a bit of ways. Okay. And then I need the interior as well. But before we do that, this is the fun part. I really like the way this looks, and shout out to Crafty Fox again, because like I think this looks really neat for lights. So you could just kind of rotate these in here, and it's like the indicators here. So, and since these glow when it comes to night, it's going to kind of light up the area a little bit. Now, something special that I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put end rods in here, and it gives it a really cool glow. So we're gonna do that in a minute. So this is going to be the front of things, and I need some tough bricks. We need 2 of those to be exact. And then this is going to be the start of the back. Oh, I need the slabs. Okay. I got to remember that I've got haste over here. Can I remake these? Yes, I can. Great. So this is going to be here and here. And then on top of this is going to be polished, tough walls. Let me go sleep. All right, quick sleep, and we just need 1 more of these. This is going to make up the exhaust of our thing here. And it looks like I'm out of quartz, but I'm going to need to build the back of this. Okay. I do need some stairs, so the stairs are going to sit like this. Okay. And then I have just full blocks, or actually, no, they're not full blocks. They are slabs up top. So this is where it's going to connect, and I actually forgot to make the grindstone, but I have 2 grindstones that I'm going to put here, and that's what's going to help be the connector for this. Okay, so let me get rid of these. Just needed to bring that down, so I made sure I could build this in the right place. And it's starting to come together. I need to do the interior here, which I'm going to do a little bit later, but ta-da! Looks really nice, right? And there's one more thing I need to do, actually, which is what this is for. I need some bamboo buttons because they are nice and yellow. So we're going to make these, this, and that. And then these are going to be the indicators that are on the top, like that. There we go. So now we've got a really nice looking front of the truck, and I think the scale of it looks pretty cool. So I'm really excited for this. Now we're going to do all of this. So how many blocks is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then I need the 10th to be more stairs. I don't nearly have as much quartz as I should. Okay. let me go see what I have over here real quick. Thought I had everything. Gonna have to hold off for just a minute. So this, and then over here. All right, so let me hop into Spectator real quick. And you can start to see this come together. I'm really excited. So we've got all of this, and then if we come out here, it's kind of obstructed by the support structure. I wanted to get a look with the pier, but really starting to come together here. I really like this design, and I'm gonna go with some mangrove wood in there to make a red seat, like a red leather seat. So yeah. Anyway, let me go grab the rest of the quartz that I need, since I still can't seem to count how many materials I need, and I'll come back when I have that. All right, and we are back. I've got what I believe to be the last of the pieces, famous last words there, and we're just gonna get to going. So let's start out with the interior here. And this is going to have a couple things. So I've got to build up. I need, where is it? I need a couple of these. They're going to be on this level. So it's going to create some depth here. And I didn't think this through. I need some scaffolding blocks. So let's just, actually, what am I talking about? I do this and this, and then we'll go like this. And then on here, this is what's going to tie everything together. No, I need to bring it one more forward. There we go. Okay. How do I do this? There, I can do it from the side. Oop. Maybe not. You know what? Maybe that might help if I do this. Come on. There we go. I guess, yeah, maybe we can exit this way. Great. So, basically, now there should be a nice glow, and you can see the side looks much better. There's a little bit of depth to it with those tiled, whatever you call them there, the slabs. And now we just need to fill the back in here. And I want them facing this way. So what this is going to do is that's going to be like the mechanism that everything connects to. So it's like this trailer part has the hitch right here, and then this is like the receiver, if you can imagine that. And let me go sleep the night away real quick. So we want to build this 2 out, 1, 2, 3, I believe, because we want to have our tires up against here and up against here with our little rims. We'll replicate that on the other side here. So that's going to be here and here and here and here. And then we're going to go here. A lot of here. I need to make some stairs. That's right. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So smooth quartz. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Great. Then this is going to come there. And there. And then we're going to bring it all the way down. So this should be 1, 2, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then the 10th is going to be here. But we want it facing that way. There we go. Bring that around. And then we need another 2 at the back. Did I do that backwards? I did. Shoot. Okay. I thought I had that correct, but it is actually going to be... Whoops. This way. Wait. Oh, that's right. I promise I thought this through. Okay, there we go. And I need 2 more blackstone bricks. And we got that. Let's go ahead and do that. Perfect. So, now to tie this together, I need all of these stairs. And these are going to come from all the way in here. It needs to be up the middle. And you won't see this on top really once a container is on top, but it's going to do one of these. And I think this adds a little bit of texture. So like there's a lot of like components under a truck, including a few things that link this together. So if I come into here and I do one of these, there we go. Then we have like a little axle, and it's gonna add a lot of like detail there. Can't speak. Okay, and we want this to come all the way through. I'm gonna need to make more of these. Okay, we do this. No. I think I'm gonna need to replace that one after the fact. And there we go. Perfect. I need the stair, and it needs to come that way. Perfect. So what it looks like on this side, you can see it's adding a like quite a lot actually. And I need this to be, how did I place that? It was right under, okay. I don't know why this is being so fussy. Like, I just want you to be like there. That's all. That's all I ask for. Just be right there. Perfect. Okay. So this is like super cool. Now, on the back, we're going to have the brake lights. So that's where this gets pretty cool. I really do like this idea of having these here. And what's really nice about the beds is like reverse lights on cars that have like this white light for reversing along with the amber there. So that's really cool. Ta-da! So we've got our nice little truck here. Let's hop into creative so we can kind of get a better view. But I think this, like the scale of this is quite nice. It stands out. This looks like it's gonna put things on there. Let's just make sure everything lines up, right? Yep. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. And then we've got the nice connecting point. So I really like this. And then like as you come in, it's gonna like load. I think I'm gonna make a whole queue of trucks, and it's got a really nice look with the lights there that are beds. And so things are gonna come in this way, and like you gotta imagine they're gonna be coming in and then they're loaded up. So I think I really like this. I was gonna put some detail on the top, and I think I still might do that, but I'm actually gonna let it get dark here for a second as I build one more. Actually, I don't need one more because I have it right here. But I'm going to let it get dark for a second. There we go. And then I also need to do this. I forgot. Because I want to show that there's actually like a fair bit of light the way I designed this. Now, this was not in the Crafty Fox's design, but essentially what happens is you've got these glow frames that emit a little bit of light, but because these aren't a full block, the stairs and the slabs, the light that's generated from the end rod is going to come through. And I think it kind of gives a really cool, like, feel to this. So you can see it really glows in the twilight, and then, like, I'm actually going to take a screenshot. That looks cool. But in the twilight, and then when it gets really dark, it's still kind of lit up, which is really nice. And you can see inside the cab. So, like, if I come back out here, what I really wanted, I wanted this, like, nice red seat, which we've got. And you don't have to see, like, you really have to come up this high to see the end rods in there, so it doesn't really take away from anything. So this can help with spawning, so I don't have to worry about things spawning on top. Now, I will have to figure out back here. Maybe I'll put some string that you won't be able to see. But I really like this because it gives off quite a bit of light, and that's kind of what I was going for, because these little glow frames are pretty good, but it didn't quite give enough light. I even tried hiding some in the undercarriage here, but I couldn't get them hidden to where you couldn't see the end rod or the particles from the end rod. So I decided to forego that. Now the last little bit here, as long as a creeper doesn't blow me up, is I just want to come... Oh, whoa. We got all sorts of things attacking. Hold that thought. 3 of them? Oh, that's not good. Oh. Oh, geez. Okay. We can do this, we can do this. Oh, God. Oh, God. Get away from the edge, get away from the edge. Ooh. Dodge and weave. Did they hit the... They hit one of the... How do you have good enough aim to hit that, but not me? That's actually quite impressive. Anyway, as I was saying before rudely getting interrupted by these skeletons, is I want to come up here and add one more little piece of detail. And that is up here, which I forgot to do. Oh, a nice baby zombie. And that... Hi, you can't get me, but I can get you. What's the matter? Alright. Let's not accidentally die here. So, yeah, there we go. I just wanted to add this, like, little bit. It gives it a little bit better shape, I think. Because then it's not as boxy, which is kind of nice. Because, like, Minecraft things look very square, but this gives it, like, rounds it out a little bit. Come on back up. I dare you. I dare you. I see you. Actually, I have an arrow. Anyway, I'm distracted and all over the place, but I really like this design, so shout out again to Crafty Fox. I'll try and link the build in the description. I loosely based it off of their design, but yeah, as this music sort of comes in, I think I'm going to go do a little bit more collecting, and we're going to start to outline one last thing here in this episode, which is kind of a train depot over here. So I want to start getting things kind of built out, and by that I mean placing a bunch of dirt to kind of plan out what I want to do before I clear this out. So let me go do a little bit more resource gathering, and I will be back. After much consideration, I have decided to deviate from the plans which I may or may not include in the edit, where I was going to start to outline some of the train station. Instead, it was bugging me that the docks were not done. So let's go ahead, enter back into my POV, and we're going to fly. And then eventually do cheaty spectator mode. Because when I turn around, we now have, ta-da, all of the docks. And when I say all of it, most of it. So it really kind of came together, and the mangrove roots and the muddy mangrove roots really kind of pull this thing together. So I wanted the roots themselves to be kind of like the pillars, and you can see these two I've built all the way down, but surprise, surprise, I haven't finished the rest of it. I just wanted to see what it looked like. They're going to eventually come all the way down. But I wanted it to look like the structural supports and kind of the dark background that you would get from just the shadows of being part of a dock. So I think this is a really cool design, and it kind of ties things together, and I will be able to build this out this way, and I will have ships up against this. So let's come back in here. Now, I do plan on having some anvils, and they can be like the ties to where you would tie the boats, and maybe we can do some magic with some leads on animals and make it look like the boat's actually tied up. But that's pretty much what I wanted to accomplish for this episode. So over here is where I was going to do the train stuff, and I was thinking about it. There's just too much land that I need to get rid of, and I'm about to go on a vacation here, so I want to get a video out before then. And I didn't quite have time to level this out to get to where I wanted from a scale perspective. So, with that, in front of the magnificent little truck here, look at that. I would say we have ourselves a pretty good progress here. So thank you all for watching the video. Stay tuned. I'm going to have some shorts out very soon. Going to try and get a few of those out while I'm on vacation. And then when I'm back, it's back to the grind. We will get back to the train station, finish up back there in the distance, the concrete that we need to place, and we'll get to going. So thank you all so much. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. And if you really enjoyed it, consider subscribing. Anyway, I will catch you all later. Goodbye.